Hey guys, this is Dom from Pie for Life Games, and I'm here with Adrian, who got top 32 at the Luxury Championship Series with Zoodiac. So how you doing, Adrian?
Pretty good. Actually, wasn't even expecting to top, but just playing really well, and just having like three minor mess ups got me there.
Yep. Well, piloting, I guess what people would consider a rogue deck in a meta full
Yes.
of rocks and zombies. So I know as soon as I saw Zoodiac in top 32, I definitely wanted to try to get this profile. So thank you in advance for letting us get this profile on our channel.
No problem.
All right, so without further ado, I'll let you take over with the deck profile.
All right. So to start off, we got the 3S, 3 Crow, and I guess to include into the hand traps, the 3 impermanents in the bottom. I was initially going to run like 42 cards and 11 hand traps, but with the rising popularity of like Eldritch from the PBG tournament, like after that happened, it started to really rise up. I wanted to cut the two Veilers for backer removal so that I didn't have to side going first backer removal. So it was a 42 card deck after being a 44 card deck with triple Cosmic and double MST, but last second I cut both MST for Pankratops, and that cut it down to one. So that's how I got to the Pankratops in my deck. And
So
also just helped versus everything going second. And even going first, since you normally only ever end on Trident and pass, and it's really easy to out the Trident. Like having this in your hand as a follow up is pretty good, especially if you have another zoo monster after they kill you, the Trident.
yeah, that's a pretty nice tech for this deck for sure.
Yeah. So next we got Bunny Blast, and this is my favorite. Oh my god, this card was absolutely insane. So this card essentially helps replace Broadbull with Rat, Tanky, and Thoroughblade whenever you draw a Thoroughblade with the Bunny Blast to get into the grave.
Mm-hmm.
Because you revive it with Chakanine, and then you slap Dryden after like stacking like a Barbo or Hammer Kong, and you ask your opponent if like leaving main phase is fine. That way you play around Nibiru, and then during the end phase you pop the Bunny Blast and you add back the Rat or the Thoroughblade.
I got you.
Then you want to use it with Rat. That way on the following turn you can almost summon Rat again and send combo.
Okay.
And then double Ram was because I felt like 15 would have been too many monsters, and 14 is just above 90%. Like as far as consistency wise, like 14 ways to get to Dryden turn one, and then like you really just want to see the Thoroughblade or the Rat as your main starter, so that's why. And then the Rat, obviously, really good, the best zoo.
For sure.
Thoroughblade, the second best zoo. Then three Whiptail. When I first started playing the deck, Whiptail seemed like really weak, but like Eldritch needs stuff to go to the grave, so being able to banish it is like really nice, and it helped a lot this weekend. Same thing goes for Cosmic. The only thing that's annoying versus Eldritch is the Conquistador, so being able to hit those is really crucial. Three Tenki searches your starters. Three Avarice shuffles back your entire extra deck. Really nice. Three Desires. Uh, so normally I don't like playing three and like anything less than 42, which is seems weird, but it's because when Zoo was at full power, I played a 44 card list, and the second Desires would always get me down to 6 cards exactly. So the extra 4 cards would give me like an extra 6 turns after the second Desires. But since you don't do that much searching, like you always have like 8 cards left after the second desire. So you always want to draw this card. You just resolve it multiple times like it's nothing.
Right.
Barrage. This card's insane. Actually, just bonkers. Pretty sure I won both games I drew it. Wish I drew it more.
Yeah, unfortunately, it
Three
had
in.
to get put to one.
Yeah, no, it had to.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god. Yeah. Like imagine Eldritch with like a Zoodiac engine that actually has power because of Barrage.
Yeah, that would be
Like,
really insane.
yeah. Or like anything that doesn't use his extra deck that much, just throwing Dryden into your deck, like insane. Then the seven Solemns. Uh
So, how did you like this
just
lineup of the Solemns? Sorry to cut you off there.
oh no problem. It was amazing. I just think like seven was like the perfect number just to see like one or multiple. At first it was two judgment and two strike and the three warning because I felt like warning was just better overall, like compared to the other two.
Mm-hmm.
But in testing, there were a lot of times that I drew strike and would win that game because it was specifically strike and not one of the other ones. So I didn't want that to come up where like I drew warning and it could have been a strike, or like a judgment and could have been a strike. So I just took out the third warning and put in the third strike, and they were all really well. Yeah, the two judgments is just like you never set that much, but in the times that you do, you want something to protect yourself from storm or evenly.
Right.
And then combo, yeah, the searchable avarice.
Yep.
So the side is where it gets really spicy. And one of the reasons I really love this deck is because it's the only control deck, at least that I know of, that can play Dark Ruler and actually break an entire board just with its normal summon, which is insane. So, as some of your viewers might see later on, there was a DDD player that also topped, and game one, I bodied him, just three hand trap and then tried to control. Game two, I let him combo me, and then I just used Dark Ruler and Tenki to go into Mega Clops and just broke his whole board. So that was
Mm.
nice.
Yeah. Mega.
Three Storms. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Megaclops is a very nice card in this deck, especially
Yes.
since your entire extra deck now is pretty much exceeds, and with the new Master Rule, you don't have to worry about that extra monster zone, except for your few links that you have.
Yeah. Lightning Storm is actually insane. I probably should have named it, to be honest, over like the Pankratops. Because the only time it conflicts, because again, it's really easy for your opponent to kill Dryden, is when you have Tenki. So what I found myself doing was siding this in whenever I went first, and then if I drew Tenki and my opponent's like threatened my Dryden in some shape, form, or fashion, I would just chain Dryden to pop the Tenki, so that if I either draw into a Lightning Storm the next turn, or if I already have it, I can resolve on my turn, because I don't have any floodgates that stay up on board anyway.
Right.
So it was really nice in that. Three different dimension ground. Combo decks are already pretty, again, really easy for this deck. So just another card that again you activate, you change right into pop itself, and your opponent passes turn. D barrier, same thing. Invoked was pretty popular online for where I was rated, and it proved to be pretty hard. So I wanted something to stop it. It's also one of the only cards I had that respected Pendulum in some way,
Right.
besides Dark Lord. And so yeah, that three evenly. Again, Eldritch. I normally don't like evenly because it doesn't have the same application that Lightning Storm has with this deck.
Mm-hmm.
And this deck also drains a lot, so evenlies can be dead a lot. But I felt like I had to play it for Eldritch. Then the Trap Trick Tutor is out. either as the fourth different dimension ground, the third different dimensional barrier, and a fourth infinite permanence. If I ever just like need to get an impermanence out.
Right.
For the extra deck, uh, one emerald, the one of. I summoned it once. It got weird. I was really sad. Yeah, I don't know. Probably could have switched it for like a second Hammer Kong. Just because like Moore's dudes is like just really nice.
Right.
Just like the two. The second one was pretty nice. Yeah. I feel like the only thing that can be changed from the extra deck is the emerald. I feel everything else is like mandatory in some way. Uh, three Chakanine discards absurd with Dryden and Ram Ram.
Going back to the
Card
old
that looks,
maximum crisis days.
yeah, just crazy, crazy card. The one Dryden puts in a lot of work. Uh, scares your opponents a lot. You really can't pop anything that good this format, but it's like can and turns against an Emancipator, which
Right.
is why again it's really easy to like beat combo decks with this deck. The one Hammer Kong again, just throw on material thing,
Mhm.
and the triple Tiger attaching whip tails, stirrup blades, letting you combo with Chakanine. Really nice. The Roma though, this card was also insane. So this is the only card that lets you play through like a DD Crow on your Dryden, and it's also just like an infinitely better Phoenix for this deck, and also has back starters, so it's like another Broad Bowl.
Yep.
Gravity Controller is nice because it lets you use average turn one or really just whenever if you just need to put monsters in the grave. That average turn one never came up, but there's no reason why not to play it, and it's just really flexible. Uh, the Mega Clops broken. A lot of times you summon it, it just ends the games. Won me
Yeah.
a lot of combo matchups too. So again, another reason why the deck is insane. This plus Dark Ruler is just over. And then Mrs. Same thing. Adds back monsters for a follow up and lets you dish out damage. That's really it.
Yep. It. All right. So, are there any shout outs that you would like to give?
Yeah, shout out from to my brother for telling me to join Friday evening. He messaged Hani asking if he could let me get in. Hani was waiting all day for my deck list. Then when I gave it to him, he was probably thinking, "Wow, I waited all day for some zoo list." Then I talked to him, like, "Wow, you went it crazy." Shout out to Luxury too for hosting events like these for the community and stuff. Yeah, their judges put in a lot of work, and that's it, really. Yeah,
All right. Well, thank you again, Adrian, for letting us get this deck profile. Definitely something different in the format. So I'm glad a lot. Well, I'm sure a lot of people will be glad to see Zoodiac popping up in this meta. And if you guys
yeah.
enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more future competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. And this is Dom from Pie for Life signing out.